situation, obviously, because we all know that 80% of diseases in Africa are water-related. Therefore, water being a major carrier has remained a key challenge, even as we speak today. Your question stands, where are we now and what is the future? Today, as we speak, the predisposing factors have not changed. Africa is still exactly in the same situation. Lack of water, lack of hygiene, lack of sanitation. Unfortunately, the situation is not getting better. As African kids continue to find this situation, unfortunately, the situation we have is the introduction of mass drug administration. Of course, that has shown commendable results. However, even as these drugs are introduced in their large heliports to Africa, the challenge, the logistics challenge of administering these drugs remains very strong. Because there is inadequate political will, because the affected population that depend on these drugs are actually not seen in political cycle as those that are politically relevant enough for you to think of focusing on them. And therefore, you have a situation where you ship in large amounts of drugs, costing millions of dollars, like we've heard this morning, shipped over to these people. And the political structure that requires that will to cascade these drugs down to those who need them most, don't do that. What you have, therefore, you have this large amount of money spent, drugs mobilized, moved into Africa to the respective countries, and we have these drugs sitting in the store in uncomfortable conditions, wrong storage conditions of the drugs. The drugs, therefore, become ineffective over the course of time. Time has come when World Health Organization must recognize the fact that the supply of drugs is not enough in the chain process. There must be a deliberate effort, a clear understanding of developing a structural and normative framework that can guarantee that these drugs distill down to the person that needs it most. Therefore, we have a big challenge of delivery distribution. We have a big challenge of mobility management. As we speak, those who live with those elements have nowhere to turn to. So while the local governments deals with issues of training and, of course, advocacy, we still have primarily the logistics challenge of ensuring that this drug gets to the grassroots. And that's why for people like us, who watched and saw my own uncle die out of this kind of sickness, saw my auntie being ostracized for elephantiasis, mistaken to be participating in witchcraft for which she has swollen legs. As I see and I reflect that even as a little child, I saw myself taking my bath in a stream with wounds that come from childhood play. And I just realized and I asked myself, how did I survive all of this to get to where I am today as a governor, professor, senator, and a lawyer? I believe that as I recall with this shame, but I give glory to God, but there are millions of young Africans out there in the same situation that I had 40 years ago. It's my pleasure, it's my prayer that World Health Organization must go with the drugs, must go hand in hand. The first foot has gone into the door. The second must go to actually drive these drugs to the core areas of need. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Ayade. Thank you.